60 years after independence, with the blood of Samoei Olekoitalel, the land that was grabbed and stolen from the Africans of this country is still owned by the same thugs who stole it. And today, the poverty-stricken sons and grandsons and granddaughters of the same people who fought for this country are begging those multinationals to give them jobs that pay menial amounts of money, and in the process, those girls are being raped. Mr. Speaker, not yet Uhuru. Anybody who thinks that we got independence, we never got independence. Our independence is just symbolic. This country, where the Maasais who lost millions of acres have their land occupied by families, 150,000 kilometers of land is a ranch somewhere in Laikipia. The Delamayers have what you call, 600,000 or 1 million acres. Everybody else has those millions, and the poor guys are grazing their cows in our towns and in our cities because they don't have any place to graze them. This government, Mr. Speaker, if it's not ready, as it calls itself the Hustler Nation, to go and make a compulsory acquisition of all these lands and distribute to the same farm workers who are being raped and harassed and given menial jobs and living a life of destitution, if it's not given to it, then it does not justify to be called a Hustler Nation. Mr. Speaker, if somebody comes to this country and says that he's going to have a new land policy, which is going to reward the Mau Mau children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren, the people who died for us, what does Dedan Kimathi have in the form of a land today? Everything is owned by the collaborators. And a house like this and the subsequent governments have been sanitizing that. Today, we are talking about companies that own 200,000 acres of tea farms. And we're begging them not to rape our girls who are earning 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. And the land belonged to their own ancestors who fought. Otherwise, you would all be slaves in somewhere in Mississippi and California and God knows where, if it is not for those Maasais and those Kalenjins who fought those days and made sure that those people do not make any inroads into this country.